It was a bright and sunny afternoon as 6-year-old Zoe skipped towards the playground, her golden hair bouncing with every step. Her brown eyes sparkled with excitement as she clutched her father Zach's hand. Zach, in his 20s, had a warm smile on his face. His short black hair was slightly tousled from the gentle breeze. Beside them, Dos, their fluffy white golden doodle, trotted happily, his tail wagging with excitement. The playground was Zoe's favourite place. It had everything a little girl could dream of. Swings that soared high into the sky, a slide that twisted and turned, and a sandbox where she and Dos loved to dig. As they reached the swings, Zoe immediately let go of her father's hand and ran towards them. "Higher, Daddy, higher." Zoe giggled as Zach began to push her swing. Dos barked joyfully, running circles around them. But suddenly, without warning, the sky began to darken. Thick, ominous clouds rolled in, and the wind picked up, rustling the leaves of the nearby trees. Zoe slowed her swing and looked up, her expression turning from joy to concern. "Daddy, what's happening?" she asked, her voice trembling slightly. Zach looked up, frowning as the clouds grew darker, and the air around them grew colder. "I'm not sure, Zoe," he said, his voice calm but uncertain. "Let's head home before the storm hits." But just as they were about to leave, a bright flash of lightning lit up the sky, followed by a loud clap of thunder that shook the ground. Suddenly, a swirling vortex of light appeared in the middle of the playground. It was like nothing they had ever seen before, an otherworldly portal, spinning faster and faster, crackling with energy. The wind howled as the vortex pulled in everything around it, from leaves to loose playground toys. Zoe's eyes widened in awe and fear as she watched the vortex. Then, out of the spinning light, 3 figures emerged. First was a boy, then a girl, and finally a tall figure with what looked like a scarecrow for a head. The boy and girl had pale greenish skin, and their clothes were tattered, but they didn't look menacing, just lost and confused. The scarecrow figure had pink straw for hair and wore a patchwork coat. Beside them, a small zombie dog with a missing ear and a wagging tail appeared, looking around curiously. Zoe, Zach, and Dos stood frozen in shock. The zombies looked strange, even a little scary, but there was something about them that didn't feel threatening. The little zombie girl was the first to smile, a crooked, shy smile that made her look almost friendly. The zombie boy stepped forward. "I'm Zane," he said in a soft, raspy voice. "This is my sister Zara, our dad, Mr. Scarecrow, and our dog Zippy. Yes, we were just minding our own business when this vortex appeared and pulled us here. We mean no harm. We just want to find our way back." Zoe's fear melted away completely. "Do you want to play with us while you're here? This is my dad, Zach, and my dog, Dos." Zane and Zara exchanged a look and then smiled. "We'd love to," Zara said. Zoe and Zara swung on the swings, giggling as they tried to see who could go higher. Even Mr. Scarecrow joined in, his long limbs making him surprisingly good at playing tag. The sun had just begun to peek through the clouds when the vortex reappeared. It spun gently this time, like a slow whirlpool, as if inviting the zombies back home. "It's time for us to go," Mr. Scarecrow said, his voice gentle. "Thank you for being so kind to us." Zoe hugged Zara tightly. "Will we ever see you again?" Zane smiled. "Maybe, but even if we don't, we'll always be friends." With that, the zombies stepped back into the vortex, waving goodbye as they disappeared into the light. The sky cleared, and the sun shone brightly once more, as if the storm had never happened. Zoe, Zach, and Dos stood in the now quiet playground, their hearts full of warmth from the unexpected friends they had made. "Come on, Zoe," Zach said, taking her hand. "Let's head home. We'll have a great story to tell Mom tonight." As they walked away, Zoe looked back at the playground and smiled. She knew that somewhere in another world her new friends were smiling too.